Let's see. Yeah.
That's hilarious, right?
Hello, everybody. What's going on? Happy Saturday. Coming to you live from the Memphis Wrestle Center. It was week 2 of the Grind City Rumble, and it was the final showdown. The gun show, Bret Michaels defending the Memphis Heritage Championship against the Genetic Nightmare, Mike Anthony, and boy, was it a showdown. They fought all over the Wrestle Center. So what did you guys think about it? Also, as you see over my shoulder here, the native beast, Nyla Rose, is on her way to Memphis Wrestling along with the man beast, Rhino. And of course, we saw Tiger Joe make his return with a video sent to Derek King where he's coming back, and he's coming back for revenge. It's a little questionable that he still has this neck brace on, but what else did you expect? It's Memphis Wrestling. What's up, everybody? How are you? Michael, thank you for joining us. It was good talking to you in the live chat. This is the live reaction. We do this every Saturday immediately following our brand new episode. Coley says, gun show. William, what's going on? Willie, how are you? William, he says that match was insane. It really wasn't a match. I guess it was a fight is what it was. But, man, both guys really worked hard, so we appreciate them. And maybe, just maybe, it's finally been solved or been settled. But probably not.
Please stop.
Oh, my gosh. Cody Mitchell, shout out to Cody. He made his debut as a referee today on Memphis Wrestling. Proud of that guy. We're going to watch the match together. Also, I've got a little something that I'm going to send to him as well. But you guys, big shout out to Cody. He's actually one of our very first trainees here at the Memphis Wrestle Center. He's still training with us. We train on Mondays and Wednesdays and also event days. So if you're interested, and I would say if you're within a 3-hour window or radius of Memphis, Tennessee, and it's your dream to be a pro wrestler, go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com/training. We have the best trainers, and then also we have the best setup because right there at the Wrestle Center is where you train, and that's also where we do television.
Cody said in the chat.
Let's see here. Let me get all caught up. Dominic says, hey, Dustin, 5-star. I'm ready for my weekly 5-star showcase. Oh, yeah. Well, welcome, man. I appreciate it. What did you think of today's episode? Michael says the main event was fire. Oh, my gosh. Those guys worked so hard. Both of them really wanted it. Coley says the man beast and the native beast. That's right. It's crazy. And Tiger Joe? What's with all the beasts and the monsters and stuff? Rhino versus Big Swole. That's what Willie says. I think I would rather see Big Swole versus the posse. But so far, we don't know exactly how mad Big Swole is at the posse, but we know that he is laser focused and he is Rumble ready. Let's see.
When did those get on the wall?
Oh, they've been there. Malone's Family Circle says, I can't wait. Will there be another guest with Gresham or just Gresham? I am glad you asked because that is our Memphis Wrestling anniversary blockbuster spectacular. So the Ring of Honor World Champion Jonathan Gresham will be in the house. And then also, we're going to be adding to that. Somebody asked in the chat, what does the winner of the Grind City Rumble get? Or what's next for the gun show Bret Michaels? Well, the winner of the Grind City Rumble moves on to the Anniversary Spectacular to get a championship opportunity. So if it's a male that wins, they're going to go after the Memphis Heritage Championship. And if it's from the women's division, they would go after the women's championship. And I would imagine if it's a tag team wrestler, they're probably going to go after the tag team title. So a couple of different ways that you can slice and dice it. But yes, to answer your question, we will be adding some more guests to our Anniversary Spectacular on February 13th. So get those tickets. I promise you will not be disappointed. ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. Cody said that new referee is great and we need to see more of him.
Get out of here.
A little humble pie might help you, Cody.
Get out of here, Cody.
William says, okay, at least the war is over. Well, we think. I don't know how much Mike Anthony's going to really enjoy that he just lost that match. John says, hello from Wisconsin. What's up? That's actually not Maria. That is Abby. Look, she's got her gun show hoodie on as well.
No, I don't. Oh, I don't know.
You do. It says boom. Very cool to see the Wrestle Center come alive and chant boom, boom, boom with Bret. So, we're still under a year old, guys. So a lot of this stuff is just going to naturally form in itself with the fans and everything. So I'm really loving the boom, boom, boom. Let's see. What are the odds of the Gore versus the Boom? Oh my gosh, that would be great. Who would you get? Who would win? Rhino or Gun Show? Dominic says the main event was one of Memphis Wrestling's best matches, and Cody Mitchell did a great job. Kudos to Mike and Brett for a fantastic match. I agree with all of that 100%. Thank you for that, Dominic. Coley says it's a powwow pow pow. Is Will Allday coming to Memphis Wrestling next week? Will Allday's not coming to Memphis Wrestling next week, but Will Allday is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Also, you can see many of his matches right here on this YouTube channel. Just type in Will Allday. Also, Cam is featured on the channel as well. But Will Allday will be coming to Memphis Wrestling very, very soon. Oh my gosh. The Gun Show and Big Swole versus the Posse. Ooh, I hope Alan Steele does not steal the Rumble. You never know who's going to show up in the Rumble. I mean, it's very similar to that of a Royal Rumble. I mean, obviously, we're at Royal Rumble season with the WWE, and we got the Grind City Rumble. So that forbidden door that everybody talks about does not exist here in Memphis Wrestling. As you can see, we have people from champions from the NWA, AEW, Impact Wrestling, Memphis Wrestling, you name it, the United Wrestling Network. There's no forbidden door here. You never know who's going to enter the Grind City Rumble. Hey, I might even get up from the desk, take off my tuxedo, as you would say.
Please stop.
What if I enter the Rumble?
Please
John
stop.
says, hi, Dustin, great main event today. Grizzlies had a great 11-game winning streak. I know, and it was snapped last night, but don't worry, Monday, MLK Day game, I'll be there for that.
You're not going to show your fit?
Against the Bulls. This is my fit right here.
They can't see the paint.
This is the fit, guys.
Please.
Woo!
You are not.
Also, you know what? I might be able to bust out my Skylar shirt here, too. These are available at the Wrestle Center as well.
Skylar.
All right, let's see. Let me get caught up, guys. You guys have a lot of questions here. Johnny Dot, or how about Sandra Moon? I've loved Sandra Moon. Big fan of hers. I've actually reached out to her. A lot of the people that you guys, it's really cool because some of the people that you all mentioned, we've been in communication with, or we have at least attempted to be in communication with. Malone says, it's only January, and I think Brett and Mike might be the match of the year again. Well, they're definitely the match of the year so far, that's for sure.
Oh, my God.
And I agree with you. The new referee needs some seasoning. William, I agree with you. He is a trainee at the Wrestle Center here, and we're talking about Cody. Cody, who just increased his booking fee. So
What was that supposed to mean?
Let's see here. Hey, Dustin, get with Roland and the Memphis and set up Patreon accounts so you can show special content and Patreon members establish a revenue stream. Yeah, Patreon not sure how I feel about it. Also, I'm not sure where the content comes from, but I'm glad that you mentioned content because we are thinking of new ideas and developing new concepts as far as having some more content here and even thinking of doing some children exclusive content so that way when kids are on YouTube and they want to learn about professional wrestling, they can learn about professional wrestling in a safe type of way. So we've been thinking about that. There's a lot of different things that we've been thinking about, but especially with content. Also, I'd like to kind of do some sort of docuseries where each television taping has some sort of vlog to it to where you guys that aren't here or when we're putting all this together, there's so much that happens. For instance, over here, there is an absolute story behind this picture where we had Thunder Rosa and Jordan Grace, two of the very best wrestlers in the world, especially in the women's division. But they're here in this poster. They came here and they were in the same ring at the same time. And you guys will see that next week, and it is awesome. It's going to be a moment that's going to live in, for me anyways, I'm a big fan of theirs and understand just how important that is for our women's division. So anyway, no spoilers, but next week, 30 superstars, all vying for the same thing, over the top rope. The final two square off in a one-on-one match right then and right there. Okay. What's the status of Chris Dickinson and the United Wrestling Network heavyweight champion? He is injured, so he is unable to physically compete at this moment. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but as soon as he's able to return, I do plan to reach out and get him in Memphis so that way he can defend that world championship at the Wrestle Center. Good to see Action Jackson back. When I say action, you say Jackson. Action.
That's not your thing.
One of my favorite parts of the show. Love Action Jackson. He will be in the Rumble next week, as he said today on the program. I have an idea of who will appear in March, actually. Dominic, I don't know if you do. I saw you put that in the chat. I don't like to confirm or deny any of who might come because we've been in so much communication with these folks. So I don't want to give it away, I guess is what I'm saying just yet. Let me get caught up here, guys. How about Memphis Wrestling's next location? What do you mean, Coley, by next location? We actually have a private event coming up at the Madonna Learning Center, a very, very nice, cool school here in Memphis. And what else do we have? We have something else coming up. Anyways. Gun shows in the house here. Oh gosh, I'm way behind, guys. Hold on. So let me rapid fire here real quick. Just shows every seat in the house is up close to the action. That's exactly right. Michael says, now more reason to see Memphis Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Not disappoint once I started watching the Christmas episode. Well, welcome, Michael. I appreciate it.
Actually, Jackson looks different now.
A little bit. Had a haircut or something. Can we please get the Awakening to Memphis? Them versus the Crowleys is something that I need to see. Actually, Connor is a friend of mine that I worked with in WWE Developmental and just saw him recently in Atlanta. We became Facebook friends, so maybe I'll reach out to him. Lurvy says, he is a huge guy. I mean, he is huge. Connor, Victor as well, but especially Connor. Lurvy says, I wouldn't mind seeing a few lesser knowns from AEW Wrestle and Memphis Wrestling or any promotion associated with the United Wrestling Network. I'm not sure what you mean by lesser, but we do have our fair share of AEW superstars that come in. Brian Cage versus Joey Janela. It happened live here at the Wrestle Center, and it'll be on television very, very soon. We've had Marco Stunt. We've had Peter Avalon. Nyla Rose, former Women's World Champion, is on the way. So also Impact wrestlers. I think we do a good job of mixing it up. But let me know who you want to see. Royal Rumble will look tame next to the Grind City Rumble. Man, I hope you think so after it's all said and done. Alfred, Dustin, don't get up from the desk. Can't mess that hair up. Dominic said, you're definitely a joker. Michael said, you would be better than Johnny Knoxville in the Royal Rumble. Well, yeah, that's not very hard to do. But back to business. Why did the posse decide to show up? So the posse, they actually attacked Zay Washington's legit blood brother. And that's not something that we've really put out there on television because we wanted to debut Rashad as his own character. So that way you guys would like him for more than him just being Zay Washington's brother. That was important to Zay. It was important to Rashad and also important to us. And then that was kind of taken away. I mean, eventually that type of stuff gets out anyways, and it's not a bad thing, but it just definitely made Rashad a lot more vulnerable to that attack today from the posse. And the posse are not supposed to be here, guys. They are not allowed in the Wrestle Center. They're suspended indefinitely. They stole the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team titles. And if you were here live at our last television taping, I can't say what they did because of the spoilers, but it was not a pretty sight. So these guys are nothing but trouble. The winner of the Grind City Rumble, male, should wrestle Chris Dickinson. It's a good point. Dickinson is out, though. And then also, we value, I'm not saying that we devalue the United Wrestling Network Championship or anything like that. Obviously not. But the Memphis Heritage Championship is the championship here in Memphis Wrestling. Are you trying to bring Roxy in to face Heather Monroe? Well, it looks like we're going to have either Amber or Skylar, possibly, along with Heather Monroe. You'll see. Stay tuned. We've got some big announcements coming up, and it does involve the women's division. Lurvy says, Studio Wrestling, there's something about I like more than arena wrestling. Thank you, National Wrestling Alliance and United Wrestling Network. I'm going to take a little bit of that credit too, my friend. I just wish WWE would open their forbidden door. I need stars like Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins, and of course the Tribal Chief. I don't know that that's ever going to happen. I would see maybe them allowing a Dolph Ziggler, stuff like that. Probably not their top guys. And honestly, I mean, just think if we put the Tribal Chief inside the Wrestle Center here, we're We're going to be shut down for fire code, that's for sure. Skylar versus Ambler in a brass knuckles match, or hair versus hair. Wow, going for the jugular. Boom! What's up, Brett? Congratulations. Big victory today. Awesome match. You guys took it to the limit. Malone says, I can't wait because the 30th is just one day before my birthday. That's awesome. Is this Tyler on Malone's here? If so, what's up, my friend? Gun Show, great match, brother. I'm just going through here. Jordan Grace versus Camille would be great. We've also had Camille here. She competed here in Memphis Wrestling. Jordan Grace as well. You'll see next week. 30 superstars all in the ring for the Grind City Rumble. So, yeah, that would be a great match. Brett Michaels, you brought the boom. Great job. Action Jackson. Championship Wrestling from Texas is coming soon. Okay. Haven't heard anything about that other than in this chat, but keep me posted. Malone says, can you give a tour backstage in the area of the Wrestle Center? I'm interested in what the back looks like. I'll tell you, the front looks a lot better than the back, other than the equipment that we have back there that's really cool. Also, there's some weights back there, too. We do some lifting when we're in here for the training. Koopy Cat says, what's up with that hair? How many stories high is it? Thanks, I appreciate that, brother. I'll take that as a compliment. Gun Show, he says, not going to lie, I've said several times that Mike Anthony didn't deserve it, but I was just saying it to get into his head. Yeah, he deserved the match, but he did not earn that championship. Rob says, Dirty Daddy Chris Dickinson versus the Gun Show. I would book that in a heartbeat. But the United Wrestling Network will have to understand that the gloves are off, baby. When he steps into the house the Gun Show built, that's it. Dickinson's not leaving with the championship. Gun Show says that guy's the toughest guy that I've ever been in the ring with and deserves everything coming to him in Memphis Wrestling. He's talking about Mike Anthony. Hats off to Mike. I'd like to see a match between Seth Rollins and Derek King. Cody says, I'll tell you who's coming next for $10,000. Gee whiz. Coley says, the Weeknd got a new album done. Let's see. Thanks, everyone, for their support. Memphis fans are the best. That's from the Gun Show. Any chance we could see Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, in Memphis Wrestling? Absolutely. I would love to have Dr. Britt Baker here in Memphis Wrestling. Huge announcements coming. Huge announcements coming. And when I mean huge, I mean, I'm thinking back to the 80s and the 90s. We are going to announce the biggest signing in Memphis Wrestling history. And it's going to happen in March. That's all I can say. Let me say it again. The biggest signing in the history of Memphis Wrestling, we're going to announce very, very soon. That's all I can say. Let's get Rhino JB in the Rumble. That wouldn't end too well for him. The posse should be fired. I agree. I should just fire them right now. But I don't have the authority, I don't think. Do I? Anyways. Also, don't mess up your clean, sharp suits, Dustin, if a wrestler makes you angry. Oh my gosh, posse took out the trash. Brett, well done. Here's some more love for Brett and Mike. I like watching you more than WWE because it takes me back to the days I was growing up watching studio wrestling. Thank you, William, man. That the whole Wrestle Center is designed for that. The way the show is written and everything else is designed just like that. I thought it was Tyler. I'm getting caught up, Tyler. Let's see. The man of 1,004 plus one suit and a wrestling hold. I could see Memphis getting Dolph Ziggler for an appearance, but Roman and Seth would most likely be off limits. I agree. I think they would be off limits, and that it would just be too much. I mean, obviously we're working within a budget. Amber versus Skylar in a cage. We haven't even seen Amber versus Skylar yet. We got to get to the cage, right? Let's get ready to rumble. Wait, I can't get sued by saying that, right? United Wrestling Network and NWA Power are the best wrestling. I love both of them. Memphis Wrestling and NWA Power and United Wrestling Network, all of that stuff is great. Dustin, there's a guy I know that competes in Pennsylvania Indies that I'm sure will be great for Championship Wrestling for Mr. World Most Dangerous. Arachnid, the Red Scorpion. All right, I'll have to check him out. Hey, Dustin, another great show. I was just thinking that you and Maria are one of only two married couples who regularly call the action on a wrestling show. Josh Matthews and Madison Rain were the other. Well, very cool. I had no idea. I do know that my Maria is the very first full-time host on a Memphis Wrestling television program. I think Stacy Carter, who was, I think, dating Jerry Lawler at the time, she did a little bit of hosting and a little bit of commentary, but was never a full-time host. So that's big in itself, but then also for us to be able to do it together is a lot of fun. And you can actually hear some of that coming through in the broadcast booth. There's a lot of real stuff that happens there when we're talking. Gun Show versus Toomer would be interesting. I agree. Let's see. It would be similar where Ric Flair went to the Hall of Fame in exchange for TNA getting anybody for Slammiversary except for Rock and Cena. I got what you're saying. Yeah. Dustin's hair could be considered a weapon. Tom Phillips in Impact Wrestling. Tom Phillips is fantastic. I can't believe WWE let him go. I don't know the story, but man, Tom Phillips is so good. It makes you feel like he was so good at hosting Monday Night Raw, in my opinion. How do you ever get let go? I mean, he was so good. Anyways, Lurvy says AEW's lesser knowns. I'm talking about Team Chaos. I was a big Dr. Luther fan when he and the Army of Darkness ruled pro wrestling. Lurvy, what we do is when we look at who we're going to bring in next, we look at the fans of Memphis Wrestling, to see who that they would want. I'm fans of a lot of the guys and gals that we aren't able to bring in for whatever reasons, whether it's budget or travel or whatever the case may be. But what we do is we look to see who the people would want to see and who the fans would pay to see come to the Wrestle Center. So that's one of the key factors when picking who we're bringing in is based off that interest. So it all just depends on that. Still want to see down the road Young Goats versus the Posse Lights Out match. That feud is just starting to heat up. So stay tuned. Tennessee Couponer says Robert Roode versus Mike Anthony. I think Mike Anthony would beat Robert Roode. William says, Dustin, ever think of being a manager? You and Maria at ringside would be cool, especially managing the Young Goats. No, we're hosting the show, man. So if you see me do anything, it's probably going to be getting in the ring. But, there might be a scenario where I have to be in somebody's corner. That could be a possibility. Cordova made Trevo money. I don't know what I just said there. I'm about to start training up there. Awesome. You need to hit me up. Send me a DM. He says Cordova in your name. We have a Cordova wrestler here from Cordova High School. And then also coming in February, we've got the number 4 amateur wrestler in the state of Tennessee coming right here to the Wrestle Center to train as well. So we can't wait to see you here. NWA Power and NWA USA. I've got to get caught up on NWA USA. Appreciate the shows that Memphis Wrestling put on every week. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. We're going to keep doing it as long as you keep watching it. Rob says, Toomer. Gun shows, next war. There's some unfinished business for K. Toomer. Betty White and Bob Saget died. I know, that's sad. What's in your hand? That's a microphone. Is it working? Can you guys hear me better? Really thought Tom would have been Michael Cole's successor. I did too. Tom was really good. Bring back Jeff Jarrett. I've actually been in discussions with Jeff Jarrett. He's a friend of the show, and he's a friend of mine for a long, long time. Love to have Jeff Jarrett. Obviously, he's very busy. GCW. He's also working for Fight TV. So, yeah, we'd love to have Jeff. We had Jerry Jarrett in. Jeff will be here soon. Bring Bill Dundee for a commissioner job. We'd love to have Bill Dundee. Unfortunately, Bill Dundee would not be capable of doing a commissioner job just due to, I would believe, his health and age. But love Bill Dundee. I would love to have him here at the Wrestle Center as well. I'd have to look it up to be sure, but I think Tom Phillips recently arrived in Impact. Yes, he is an Impact. Ron Gibson says, I haven't been around lately for live premieres, but I watched the episodes. Just wanted you to know Memphis Wrestling is great, great booking. Thank you, Ron. I really appreciate that, especially for you to come on here and just to type that in. So, man, that makes my day. Thank you so much. You guys seem to be enjoying some of the crazy stuff that we're putting out there, so stay tuned. There's a lot more craziness, but amidst all the craziness, I promise you, we're going to have some fantastic professional wrestling. And Jonathan Gresham, the Ring of Honor World Champion, is coming for our anniversary spectacular on February 13th. It's going to be awesome. Hey, can you go open the back door, please? Let's see. I want to see Jim Ross make an appearance in Memphis. Dominic, right here with you, brother. A lights out match would help the GOATs since one of them are blind. Right here with you, baby. Or not Corey Graves for shut Tom up. I don't know what that means, but Corey Graves, hopefully he does not start wrestling again. That would be crazy. He's one of the most recognizable voices on television right now. Money's on Mike Anthony. Yep. Got a couple more minutes here, guys. I have some folks showing up here to do some work on the Wrestle Center. It is possible that I could go live and show you guys around the Wrestle Center here. Whatever happened to Marco Stunt? Marco Stunt, spoke to him last week. He is a friend of the show. We'd love to have him back on the program. Other than that, I have no idea. DM you on Instagram. Yes. Okay. What is your name? I'll get it on Instagram. Thank you, though. Bring Ruby Rays and Vipers. We've actually had Ruby Rays scheduled twice to be here. And there was something with flights or scheduling that just didn't happen. My Instagram is @Dustin Starr, or you can do @CW30 Wrestling. Ron, this is the outfit, man. This was the giveaway. This is the fit that we gave away at FedEx Forum. I also MC and host the Memphis Grizzlies home games, which has been a lot of fun. Carlos, how are you, man? Thank you for that, Lamb. I appreciate that. Great graphics this week, too. You're going to be open this Monday? Yes, on Monday we'll be here from 6 to 8. So I've got the MLK game, and then I'm heading straight here to the Wrestle Center. Also, Alan Steele and Derek King will be here. There are 2 head coaches, so absolutely. But let's schedule something to make sure on Instagram. Tops Barbecue Joint looks like a great place. It is. We have a Tops Barbecue located on the corner over here at the Wrestle Center. The mic died for a second. You need to book me versus Abby for the next show, all right? No. Cody versus Abby.
No. I don't know how to open it.
Okay.
It's hard.
All right, guys. Well, here, let me take this with me. I'm pretty sure.
Me and Cody already wrestled 4 times and I beat him. We're not doing this again.
Give you a good look inside the Wrestle Center here real quick. That's our Tops Barbecue area. This is what you see on the what you don't see on the other side of the wall. And so we had Cage, Heather Monroe here. And then once we go into the Wrestle Center, we have it pretty cleared over here. Anyways, guys, if you're watching this at a later time and you are not watching it live, then go ahead and put your questions and comments in here, and I'll do my best to go back and answer those. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't watched the episode, you've got to check it out. It is awesome, especially the final showdown. Maybe he's not here yet. No, he's not. No, he was just calling. And also, we have the Cobra Cup here. Watch out the back door of the posse. Let's catch up on these last ones. Saw Kevin Nash showed up in GCW. Don't know if he's too expensive, but it'd be cool to have Nash in Memphis. Please tell me the posse will not return. Love barbecue beef brisket. Oh, man. Worried Brett and Mike wreck Tops. They better not wreck Tops Barbecue. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate it. I will talk to you guys soon, and thank you for joining me for this live. And get your tickets. It's championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. You can even get your hoodies, just like what Abby has on, the Gun Show hoodie, or any of our T-shirts. We have everything from Action Jackson to the Stinker Horns. Just don't buy any posse. But I will see you guys later. Yeah, hopefully no spoilers, but I promise you, the cup will never be smashed again. Oh, yeah.
What's the main event for the first show?